Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be showing us how to cut this dress. Okay, so the first thing you need is your basic dress pattern. Okay, so I have my front and my back pattern. Yeah, my front and back pattern of a basic dress pattern. This is it here. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to remove the part of the yoke that we're going to be using to create the pattern and the lower part too. Okay, so I did 4 by 4 inch for my neck width and my neck depth. Okay, now next thing is to determine the depth of the yoke, so that depends totally on you. Okay, so from the tip of my shoulder I'm going to measure probably about 9 or 9.5 inches for the depth of my yoke. So like I said, the depth depends on what you want to work with. Okay, so I'll be in about 9.5 inches. Okay, then you can create any kind of neckline you want. You can do a sweetheart neckline, you can do V, anything. So I'm just doing a simple V neckline. Okay, and it's just a regular dress. There's no princess that, there's no bustier, nothing serious happening, because the sewing of the yoke and lower part of the dress is where you have the main work. So I'm just laboring. This is my front yoke. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out the front yoke. Okay, and then we'll move to the lower part of the dress. Okay, so as soon as you cut out the front yoke, now I'm going to come to the lower part of the dress. So this part too, it depends on you. Okay, but the part I want to measure now is um where the crisscrossing pattern on the dress is going to start from. So it depends on you basically. So for me, I want the length of the whole dress is about 40 inches for me. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll remove the length of the yoke first. Okay, and the length of my yoke was 9.5 inches, so I'll take 9.5 inches out first. Okay, at the top part there, then I will measure up to where I want the main dress to stop, the fabric. I will mark it. Okay, so once I mark that part, okay, I'll use my ruler to complete the line. So what I did was, the main dress is stopping at 35 inches. Yours can be shorter, but just know that the shorter it becomes, then you're moving closer to your hip, so it depends on you. Now I'm just going to cut out the lower part now. While we're doing all of this, you cannot just take the fabric and start constructing the pattern like that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to place it on the brown paper. Now for the upper part of the yoke, okay, you want to place your brown paper on fold that I've done like this. Then make sure you add seam allowance, because we are going to be sewing the boxes, or I don't know what to call that thing. We're going to be sewing it on the brown paper. I've not tried using white paper before, but somehow I have a feeling that the brown paper is stronger than the white paper. Okay, so I'm cutting on the brown paper and I'm adding all my seam allowance brown, even on the neckline. Okay, so it is on this brown paper that we're going to create the pattern that we're going to be attaching to the main dress. So I'm just this is my brown paper now, so this is the front, and then I'll do the same thing for the lower part of the dress. This is it here. Okay, make sure you add your seam allowance already. So I'm just adding half inch seam allowance to the lower part of I don't know what to call this is not a yoke. Okay, now my front pattern is complete. Can you see that? It's complete. Now we're going to repeat the same process to the back. Okay, the same thing for the back also. You remove the back yoke. Now before you remove the back yoke, make sure you use the same depth that you used in the front for the back. So I'm just measuring the depth at the armhole for the front. Okay, make sure it's the same thing that you measure at the back, so when you finish sewing, everything will align properly. So basically it's like the chest line for the back when I check the measurement. Okay, so this is it here. Just mark it, and then for the back yoke, you can have a straight line, you can have a v neckline, whatever neckline you decide to use. Okay, so now I'm just going to draw my back yoke. Okay, and then I'll cut it out the way I've done for the front. So I'll just cut out, same thing, I'll place it on the brown paper, because we're going to be sewing on the brown paper. Now when you want to cut the lower part of the back, make sure the measurement correspond with the one in front. So I'm just measuring the front piece, okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Now I intentionally did not want to, make the sewing and the cutting videos together. I wanted to make it to be two separate entities. So I'm just marking, you know, to make sure it's the same length to the back. Then I'll just cut out. So my back pieces are ready. This is it here, okay. So yeah, I'm using Ankara, sorry, plain fabric for the main bodies, then the stripes for the yoke and the lower part. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Just yeah, so in my next video I'm going to show us how to sew the dress completely from start to finish. Thank